So there's this FPS game you might know about that literally has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam and just recently released on PS5. The developers reached out to me to take a good look at it, and I actually came out very surprised at how good it is. Everything feels polished and just fun. Welcome to RoboQuest. RoboQuest has finally landed on PlayStation 5, and if you've been waiting for a polished console version of this fast-paced co-op roguelite FPS, I definitely think that this is it. Everything from previous updates is here. Every class, weapon, biome, and balance tweak all tuned up for the PS5 with native 4K at 60 frames per second and some light but effective DualSense integration. If you're interested in it or will be after watching this video, make sure you check out the link in the description below, and let's start right away. The performance is the first thing that hits you. Load times are lightning fast. You're into a run within seconds of launching the game. No long waits between deaths and retries, which is essential for a game like this where you're expected to die, adapt, and dive back in. The frame rate holds up beautifully even when things get chaotic. There's a ton of enemy variety flying at you constantly. Tiny zippy drones, shielded heavies, turrets, mid-run bosses, and it doesn't buckle even when everything on screen is exploding at once. DualSense support is subtle but adds to the experience. Adaptive triggers tighten up depending on the weapon, heavier guns like the mortar feel weightier, and the haptic feedback gives you a little extra response during movement, and big moments like explosions or jumps. It's not the kind of over-the-top feature that changes how you play, but it does add texture. There's enough fidelity in the feedback that it gives different weapons a slightly different feel, which helps when you're swapping loadouts constantly mid-run. The core loop remains what made RoboQuest click in the first place. Pick a Guardian class, drop into procedurally generated levels, shoot everything that moves, collect loot and upgrades, then try to make it just a little further than last time. Die, go back to base camp, spend your collected wrenches on permanent upgrades, and repeat. It's quick, it's fluid, and it doesn't waste your time. What makes the game work is how tight and responsive the movement and gunplay are. You can double jump, wall run, dash, and slide your way through fights without feeling like the game is working against you. It has a kind of old school momentum, think classic arena shooters, but layered with modern roguelite systems. The more you play, the more you realize how much is going on under the hood. Enemy attack patterns, weapon behaviors, class perks, they all interlock in smart ways, and you can lean into that depth as much or as little as you want. Classes offer real variety. You've got the engineer who deploys drones, the commando for high damage brute force, the recon for stealthy crit builds, and more. Each class has its own playstyle and set of unlockable perks that can really push you into different roles. Some are better for solo runs, others shine in co-op. It's the kind of setup that encourages experimentation without punishing you for trying something new. Weapons are equally chaotic, in the best way, yes. You'll find your standard issue rifles, shotguns, snipers, but then you'll stumble into a flare gun that lights the entire room on fire, or a bouncing plasma bomb that arcs between enemies like chain lightning. Every weapon can come with modifiers, elemental damage, critical multipliers, special effects, and you're constantly swapping them out mid-run, which keeps things feeling dynamic. That unpredictability is part of the fun. You never quite know what you'll be building toward until you're already in the middle of it. The level design walks a fine line between procedural randomness and handcrafted flow. Each biome has its own look and challenge curve, whether it's wide open desert ruins, claustrophobic factories with verticality, or more abstract sci-fi zones that start to bend the rules. Levels are made up of modular chunks, so every run feels familiar but not repetitive. Enemy placements, loot drops, and optional rooms shift just enough to keep you on your toes. If you've got a co-op partner, the experience opens up even more. Online co-op on PS5 works smoothly, and it's basically chaos in the best possible way. There's no griefing or weird syncing issues. You just jump in, rip through levels together, and revive each other when things go south. There's a level of shared strategy here that's honestly underrated, whether you're running complementary builds or just making sure someone's always watching your flank. I didn't run into any connectivity hiccups during my time with it, and match stability held up across sessions. This PS5 release benefits from everything the game's picked up over its development cycle. When it first entered early access, it had a solid foundation but was clearly in progress. Over the past few years, it's expanded dramatically. New weapons, new biomes, a proper upgrade system at base camp, difficulty options, accessibility improvements, and a complete narrative wrapper that gives just enough structure without overdoing it. It's still gameplay first, but there's a definite sense of progression now. The PS5 version feels like the full realization of what RoboQuest set out to be. For trophy hunters, there's a fair bit of meat here. The list doesn't just hand things out. You're going to need to finish the game on harder difficulties, clear specific biomes under strict time limits, and explore every class and weapon combo. It's the kind of list that encourages mastery without making you grind endlessly. There's a platinum on the table, but you'll earn it through skill, not just checkboxes. So why should someone actually pick this up now on PS5? Because it delivers exactly what it promises, and not many games do that cleanly anymore. It's fast, it's rewarding, and it respects your time. It doesn't throw hours of exposition at you, doesn't bog you down with bloat, it just throws you into combat, lets you learn by doing, and keeps the pace up. You get better, you try new builds, and it's immediately satisfying. Whether you've got 20 minutes or 3 hours, RoboQuest gives you something worthwhile every time you boot it up. It also fills a gap that's been weirdly underserved on consoles lately. Good, clean, arcade-style shooters that don't take themselves too seriously, but still offer depth if you want it. The roguelite structure makes it endlessly replayable without ever feeling punishing. You can grab RoboQuest on PS5 right now through the PlayStation Store. I'll have the link in the description if you want to check it out. If you're into fast movement, smart build systems, co-op shooters, or just games that know exactly what they're aiming for and hit that target confidently, this is one worth checking out. Now guys, enjoy these gameplay moments. Now that you've seen RoboQuest in its full glory on PS5, make sure you guys click the link in the description below and join the all-out action.